did a ping pong table for him, and that basically got me tickets to get in, you know, backstage. I was wilding out, free liquor, boy. I brought Virgil back to the tent to meet Johnny so he could get his fitted and stuff. And I was on stage, backstage. Just came back from Europe, did like a little tour in New York.
You can't just glide by going to Europe. Where you went in?
Oh yeah, the gallery that I was working with, they was going to do a tour. Started in New York, going to Switzerland, Basel, then Frankfurt, Germany, and then Amsterdam, and then ending in London, and then back to New York. I was in England. I did some in the Banksy Tunnel.
You see what I'm saying, bro? Like,
I left a piece of clubs and stuff. I had some homies in the scene. One of the homies called the world's most hated promoter, Will. He had me on the scene a lot, painting sometimes. The homie DJ, Country Cowboy. When Uncut was what was it called? Snapchat Uncut. It had got I think 2 million views one time on the Shade Room. They had posted it by itself. People was just amazed, like thought it was magic or something.
So real quick before we start the video, show y'all what I'm using. Of course, Bishop Power One. You won't see me running another machine, at least not for a little bit. Renaissance green cartridges. On this tat, I did a 7 curve mag, a 3-round liner, and a 9-round liner. Black and gray only, so we use Allegory Black, some witch hazel for the wash. That's pretty much it. Let's get into the video.
I had a theme for it. It was beast.
What you mean?
Like a lion, gorilla.
Oh, beast.
Yeah. Apex predator type thing. Now I'm just I'm just out the window with it because, life changes your perspective on things. You know what I'm saying? This one I had planned all out. It was supposed to be just Egyptian themed and shit.
You had planned out all Egyptian thing?
Yeah. So it's
you saying you didn't keep the theme, or you did?
No, I did keep the theme with this one. This one is just, this one kind of just more passion on it in a sense.
Yeah.
I can see, I got.
You got the art on the.
And my money on it is create, and then.
And this is hard. Did you make this?
Nah, Aubrey did that. But I did this. I did this.
Aubrey?
Yeah. And I did this drawing.
Yeah.
This.
That's the one.
He did this, but the letters had blew out, so I tried to cover it up and with that Hamasa hand.
You had covered it up. You had tried to cover it up yourself.
Yeah, do some type of design, and I just did the outline really, and left it at that. I didn't really get the letters didn't get covered up. I didn't shade it in dark enough. Yeah, it was an awkward angle.
I think you just needed it just a little.
I think the proportion.
I wouldn't say go big. I'd be like,
no, yeah, I think the proportion on it is good. I just needed the design. I had no design in mind that I wanted to actually fill in with for it and stuff.
Oh, you didn't want a silhouette. You wanted to actually.
Yeah, kind of put a design in it. I'm actually thinking it'd be kind of cool a thing of Murakami flowers. Even if it's just black and white Murakami flowers.
What are those? I'm not familiar with those.
Takashi Murakami. Who got the rainbow flower?
Oh, the artist.
Yeah.
Got you.
But some of his work type stuff.
I'm thinking you saying a type of flower. I'm
nah, the Murakami. Well, I mean they call it the Murakami flower because.
Yeah. Don't you already have those? Right? You already have that tattoo somewhere? Or
no? Nope. I think I had design ones. I didn't get it done. I got a few designs that are Gensho related, but I just think I ain't doing them yet. This is probably like the first one that designed. Like when I originally started it, it's like right here. It's just the head. But this is actually like where he's at today type shit. Oh, man.
Use a whole bunch of different sizes on my set. So bear with me.
I feel you, man. I do the same thing.
With the Black Panther needles. So we was talking about like the graffiti. I'm gonna go like real thick. I'm gonna do it light with a mag and go thick on the words and kind of give it like a graffiti look. And then you could tell me if you want me to like do it more full or whatever after I do it.
Hallelujah. What?
Dang. I guess I should introduce before we get into it. We got my boy, as you can see, the art on the wall. Always back here. Got some more pieces by him in the front. Everybody always asks about it. It's the artist right here, Mad Kyng. I'll talk about him today. Where you from, bro?
I'm from up here, down there, over there, up in
Around
H-Town. You know, sometimes you get spun around in different neighborhoods, but yeah, I'm from the H. Born in Fort Bragg though, Fayetteville, Dreamville.
Okay. Was that military or?
Yeah, that's military. I had a tattoo about 2-3 years.
Is it different?
He a little different, you know what I'm saying? Like you made me kick up my feet up a little bit, like okay, hey.
Yeah, bro, that's that 3-liner.
Okay, I felt that 3-liner. It's a little thinner. It's thin. Definitely. It's cool though. Yeah, man, moved to H when I was 2 years old.
I got a similar kind of story, man, but from VA.
From VA?
Out here, yeah. Pops was military.
Okay.
I know about that moving life. You think that affected like what you do now, or like push you more towards artistic way and way, or no?
I don't know. I mean, both my parents were both in the military. I think for pastime, both my parents did like some type of art. My dad.
So they wasn't like typical, like what you would think when you think like military. Like they wasn't like.
I mean, my dad, he did infantry, and then my mom, she was like a sniper.
Okay.
But like I know, like after I seen my mom do like paint by numbers a lot growing up and stuff. So like that was like her like hobby. And then my dad, he was in jail when I was growing up, so I would get to see like his work sometimes. Like sometimes he would just send some sketches home. It'd be like Spider-Man drawings, and they'd be like on point type stuff. So that kind of always like stayed, you know, on me, like just painting and creating.
As a way of expression.
I mean, I think so. Definitely for me, I feel like I probably didn't express myself a lot growing up, just because I had a stepdad. He was, you know, a good, you know, stepfather too. I just, you know, like, you're not my dad.
He was on that.
You know what I'm saying? For a while, you know, just, but I mean, I had to appreciate and respect him too. So, yeah. But I just, in my heart, like, you know, I still have my dad and stuff. So it was just like, you know, it took me a while just to appreciate him though. So,
you see it differently because you recently had a son now too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I had a son. He's 2.5 now. So,
you look at it differently since having your son. Like the way you looked at, whether it be the way you looked at your father or the stepfather, like.
Nah, I mean,
didn't change.
I had already came to terms, you know, you know, with what my stepfather had did, and I was not very appreciative. Like even when him and my mom's split when I was in high school, he still paid for my college and stuff.
Oh shit.
You
Where'd you go
know,
to school?
I went to San Diego State, SDSU. I got my alum shot shirt on. You know what I'm
You got the
saying?
school shirt?
Damn.
And this is pre-COVID, so
You know,
actually went
pre-COVID.
to
Yeah,
San Diego
I went to
instead
San
of
Diego
going to
State.
school online. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Uh,
What was it like?
it was.
See, I never went out of state, so I know, especially Cali, bro.
Oh yeah, San Diego too. Women, weed, and weather. It was just like consistent. Everything was just consistent. It was like kind of still fast paced too at the same time, faster than Houston. But it's still like a chill vibe, you know. The beach was right there.
It was faster than Houston. Houston pretty fast.
Man, Houston is fast, but when you go out to over there, it's faster. But it's still like a chill vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like the border was right there too. LA was like 2 hours away type stuff. So it's like going to Austin on some shit. But yeah, man, I was happy to go out there. I went to a few times because my stepdad, he actually stayed out there.
Oh, okay.
So that was like the only family I had out there when I did go to school. Yeah. So graduated 2015. Tried to stay out there as long as I could. Shoot, had a job at a art supply store.
Like a big chain or like
a big chain, Blix. Yeah, I worked at Blix. They had a store in the Gaslamp district, and then they had a store on campus at San Diego State. So I was trying to work at the San Diego State one, just stay on campus. You know that lifestyle was fire. You know what I'm saying? But I worked at the downtown location. Got like a couple of like opportunities out there. I had interned with this baseball company. Did like this little shoe design for this promotion company who work with like celebs and stuff.
Were you designing shoes themselves, or were you like designing like?
I was painting on shoes at the time, so I had painted some shoes for Missy Elliot. Like back in like 2015.
What do those look like? Oh, hold on, I want to know about the Missy Elliot shoes. What
kind
of shoes you did?
They was like there was some high top leather Converse, and I think I had them like space theme, and the whole like terms that she was using and stuff. So I had to have them like graffitied on there, just painted on there and whatnot. And that's what I was kind of doing. Like after I graduated, I was just like doing custom shoes for people.
Cause you work at the art store, so you already got the plug on that expensive
shoe. I had the plug, but also I was furthering my knowledge in different mediums because just coming across different stuff. I'm like, oh, this and like.
Would you start with drawing?
Well, in college they start you out with the basics, so it's drawing, design, what's it? Portrait class where you got to draw a model for like 3 hours and stuff.
But they're hitting you with it. You getting it from all sides.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And the program was definitely, I would say, better than U of H program just because they actually taught oil painting as a base. Just because the facility was built to let out the fumes and stuff, and they didn't have that at U of H.
So if they can't let the fumes out, they can't teach it.
Right. So it has to be.
I'm an artist. I'll sit with the fumes.
But oil paint, because it takes so long to dry. You got people constantly working on oil paint. It just gonna smell like people are gonna pass out type stuff.
So it's not a lot of it's just you, but if it's the whole school.
Yeah. So you got a bunch of pieces that's sitting and storage places and stuff in the studios. But yeah, it was cool. I learned basically all mediums and stuff. Old style printing with stone, ceramics, digital marketing, drawing and stuff.
What do you think you like the best?
Why
are you in school?
There's a class called, it's like experimental process. So we just like, the teacher gave us a concept and it's like, all right, you can use whatever, but this is the concept, you know, or this is what the objective of the piece is.
Yeah.
So I remember we made like it was like, all right, make a stop motion.
Like an animation?
Yeah, stop motion animation. And using whatever. Man, I made a stop motion animation of a Pac-Man game. Like the Pac-Man eating like the pellets and stuff. My medium I had used was some sand. Boy,
it just took forever.
Yeah. And then I procrastinated like a motherfucker and did it all like the day before type shit. Nigga, I was like, why did I use sand? So yeah, you know what I'm saying? I can't be mad at nobody. I chose the media, you know what I'm saying? I just went outside and grabbed some sand because that's what I had type stuff. I'm like, I was like, golly. I was like, why did I choose sand? I could have chose something bigger that these all these little pellets and stuff like that.
It sounded like she didn't expect, like, not expect, but require a lot. Like, you could have full freedom on.
But I still made some fire stuff. I even had the Pac-Man Game Over soundtrack on there. So it was like doo 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 doo. Yeah, I was changing the backgrounds on it and stuff. I killed that joint. I ain't gonna lie. But I learned that me procrastinating was me working under pressure. And I was dropping diamonds for sure. I was dropping diamonds when I was under pressure. That's what college I think kind of teach you how to like be a professional procrastinator.
You think so?
I feel like
I think that's what it's taught you.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you do live your life, but get the job done though. You know what I'm saying? Some people like want to like strain themselves.
Schedule though, you ain't got to procrastinate it. You could.
Yeah, schedule is like, but that's like the professional procrastinating though, right? You schedule, you just managing your time in an efficient manner. So I mean, it was cool. College was real cool. I know it took, I think, the last semester, 2 months before I was graduating, I didn't know what I was about to do though. I had no clue. Me and the homie went on a shroom trip. Yeah, I had figured it out and stuff a week later and stuff.
Shrooms will do it.
You know, I was
on the shrooms when I sprayed that.
I stayed on the shrooms in college. Then I started microdosing after college and stuff.
Do you think that helped with your art or just?
I think it definitely helped with my mental, my art, just a lot of different things. Helped me stay like focused in different ways. But it also like kept me on my toes. To know that like don't get caught.
Talk real quick. So I can see it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we good. So what age was this? When did you come back to? So did you come to Texas from Cali, or?
I left. I left Texas for school out in Cali, and then came back.
After that. After
school.
What you start doing after that?
I had moved back in with my mom because you know I had nothing. Mm-hmm. I ain't had nothing.
The way it go.
You know what I'm saying? So, got me a job as a pool cleaner. After like 4 months, I was able to buy a car. And then I think after like another 2 months, I was able to, or 2-3 months, I was able to get a apartment. And then there was an opportunity that had opened up to manage and teach at Painting with a Twist. So there was a manager position and there was a teaching position. So I was like, two for the price of one. Hey,
You got paid for both?
Yeah, I got paid for being a manager, and then I also got paid for being a teacher and stuff. And yeah, I was like, I did that probably for a year and a half, and then I moved to a different company. And then all in the meanwhile too, I was.
It was a sip and paint from a company. Like it's a company that does sip and paints. They got
So Painting with a Twist is
Painting with a Twist, the actual name.
Yeah, okay. So I worked with Painting with a Twist. Yeah, I was like their number one entertainer artist just because I could light up the scene with the crowd. You know, I'd talk to people. They'd have me teach for the Texans wives. It'd be like 300 wives. Or when the Super Bowl had came to town, they had me teach at the Madison High School with the NFL Players Associations. So they had players and kids. So I was teaching that just because, again, I'm good with talking people and, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
know how to paint.
They're going to keep requesting it.
Right. So,
sure. Any field.
And then I ended up moving to a different company, Pinot's Palette. And then.
Have you created this guy yet?
I hadn't even created. No, I hadn't even. I was still just stayed experimental. I was just experimenting with different like styles and stuff. So I was just trying different things. And I think after that, it was probably like 2018, maybe 17.
That's when I
would say pretty 18. I had went and started doing working at this daiquiri store out in Mo City. Basically kind of stopped doing the Pinot's Palette. I was kind of doing it on my own because I already had the formula down. I knew how the supplies worked, how much we was spending. I had the blueprint, so I was kind of doing it on my own for a little bit. It wasn't like constant though. But
it was hard to stay consistent with.
Yeah. But I still like making art and stuff, trying to do shows here and there, wherever I could at clubs and stuff. I had some homies in the scene. One of the homies called the world's most hated promoter, Will. He had me on the scene a lot, painting sometimes. The homie DJ, Country Cowboy. When Uncut was, what was it called? Snapchat Uncut. That was the thing, boy.
It was going crazy.
It was going crazy. It was crazy. When some of them parties was.
And you just in there just painting?
I was painting, body paint, glitter. Okay. Yeah, I was, sometimes bringing art and stuff, whatever. So just doing different things. So I'm staying around, like, the people, like, staying connected. I think at the time I was actually staying right across the street at these apartments over here, on Hillcroft. Yeah, right over here. And
by the store right there.
Yep. And I was starting to go to the Johnny Dang store, trying to figure out how I could get my art up in there and shit.
At the one up there
on Richmond and shit. So I was trying to figure out how to get my art up in there. So I was always coming up in there, talking to the people, talking to Johnny, just trying to instill myself in there, some type of way. I'm like, ooh, maybe I could do jewelry design. So I was like, I did do jewelry making class in college. Like, I was able to make rings and necklaces and earrings and shit. So it was an opportunity that came up. I think it was probably, it was 2018 because this is when the first ASTROWORLD came out. So we went to that, did that. I had helped him. I did a ping pong table for him, and that basically got me tickets to get in, backstage and shit. I was wow, wilding out. Free liquor, boy. I brought Virgil back to the tent to meet Johnny so he could get his shit fitted and stuff. And I was on stage, backstage and shit, watching stuff. And then the next time ASTROWORLD came around, it was a little bit more stricter. I had to do some actual work too. I had to set up Johnny's tent, like design it and do the setup and whatnot. And
that sounds fun though.
It was cool. I still got to meet more people. Like, and that's how I met my boss. He had seen my work because I think in that past time I had done a mural for Johnny. So he was doing like I don't know if it was a grand opening or like a back to school type of thing. It was some type of event, and I did a mural for him and stuff. And they had like a whole,
huh? Your boss now?
Nah. This is before I met the boss.
Oh, okay.
So I was doing some work, and I guess that had got some notoriety. But I was just doing other work. I was working with material like the reversible sequence. And doing paintings on those, and that way you get like two images in one. You touch one side and it flip, be a whole nother image. But I was, like I said, I was getting some popularity through like different social medias and stuff. But the boss at the time, he had met me and said, he's like, man, I want to work with you. Like, I want to open up this gallery, and he's like, right now I do like construction and stuff, but I want to do like the gallery stuff and stuff on the side because I do art as well. I was like, oh yeah, for sure. And I think after this time, it was 2019 for sure because it was the end of 2019 because I had just came back from Europe, did like a little tour in New York.
You can't just glide by going to Europe. Where you went in?
Oh yeah, man. Oh, so in the meantime, like I'm trying to like do things and stuff, like end up going to Art Basel, I think 2017 or 2018. Did a show out there in Miami, Wynwood. That was the first time. It was just like amazing out there. Like that's the place to go. Like
I still haven't been. I need to go, bro.
Like if you're not showing art, just going like seeing like all the art, it's like you see some stuff. And I did that. I think it was 2017, and then came back, was feeling pretty good. In 2018, signed up with another gallery. Ended up seeing my fiance there. She was married to somebody else at the time. And it was just like a random bug because we had went to school with each other, so we was like, oh yeah, hey, what's up? It's good to see you. And that was it. And then I ended up actually getting a manager too at that year too. So yeah, it was 2018. Got a manager.
What did they do? Find you?
Old Jewish white dude, cool dude. Basically funded my trips. All I had to do was just make him some art pieces type shit on some Andy Warhol, Basquiat type shit. I just made him some art pieces for some clients because I was doing some sequence shit that people wasn't doing. So I was charging probably real cheap too. So again, it was something that nobody else was doing. Nobody's.
And bro, fuck with it.
Yeah. It was just like a super wow factor. It had got I think 2 million views one time on the Shade Room. They had posted it by itself. People was just amazed, thought it was magic or something. So I had did that for a little while. I was on those pieces, using the sequence and stuff. He had introduced me. He had flown me out to New York to introduce me to some cats at this Brooklyn beer garden. Because they do a lot of. It was supposed to be a beer garden / art gallery.
It was outside?
Yeah, it was outside, and part of it was gonna be inside. The gallery part was supposed to be inside. And just introduced me to some other people. As a manager should do.
Yeah. I was about to say he sounded like he was fucking doing a good job.
Yeah, he was from Miami too. I mean, but he was
also.
First,
I'm what did he do? How you tell him? He's worth it.
But he also had connections in New York because he was originally from New York, but he worked in Miami. And so probably 2 times I came out to New York. 2018, just to like collab. Even like on my own, me just being with myself, him not around. A company had bumped into me, Stuart Weitzman. I think their like parent company is Kate Spade or something like that. They're like a shoe company, but basically they were looking for artists to collab with and stuff like that. Did a couple pieces for them. Still riding a hot wave and stuff.
Mm-hmm. What kind of pieces did you do?
They were just sequence pieces with their new shoes on it. Or they had like different color swatches that they were dropping, so I did a design for each shoe. And then the gallery that I was working with, they were just going to do a tour. Started in New York, going to Switzerland, Basel, then Frankfurt, Germany, and then Amsterdam, and then ending in London, and then back to New York.
So that's how you got to Europe.
Yeah.
That sounds crazy, bro.
So we got to do Basel, Switzerland, because they do Basel 4 times a year. So they do it at the home base, which is in Basel, Switzerland. Then they do it in Miami. They do it in Hong Kong, and now Paris. So I got to experience that. And then I bumped into Virgil again out in Switzerland. He was actually DJing on the gallery boat that we was doing our show on. He had remembered me and whatnot, played, asked him, throwing the ASTROWORLD remix and shit. He started doing that. He signed 20 Swiss francs for me. I gave him a piece, it was like a Murakami off-white piece, sequence piece. Mm-hmm. So it was like kind of like a little exchange. Yeah, man. Then after I did that, I think, yes.
I think it's crazy you saying all this. Like, and then I just,
bro, it's wild. Like when I think about it,
just pulled up on us. And
you know what I'm saying?
Like,
while I was in England, I did some shit in the Banksy Tunnel.
You see what I'm saying, bro? Like,
I left a piece of art up there, strapped it to like the top of a restaurant, so like nobody could like really get to it unless other people like paint up there and shit. I did some graffiti out in Switzerland too. Like, and that city was.
Do they have a lot of graffiti out there?
Nah, bro, they strict. No. They real strict. So I had clients. Man, I don't know. I feel like if they seen it, they clean that shit because they are strict on graffiti and shit. They only had like certain areas like where the train yard or boat yard was at, where you could really kind of get down.
This probably had to have happened way after it got popular. Like,
yeah, for sure.
So popular, they just had to. Do some over there.
I remember I had got on top of the hotel building that we were staying at, and put artist money and stuff. So it was definitely like cool experience. That was 2019. Coming back, I wasn't really working. I wasn't even have my own place because I was just moving around so much, doing shows. 2019, I think, kept bumping into my fiance just randomly and shit, just different places.
And y'all met at school, you said?
Yeah, we went to school together, but we never talked to each other.
Art school or?
No, high school. Okay. Yeah. She was a grade above me. Okay. But yeah, she was married to somebody previously before. Probably like getting like over the past, probably between 2017 and 2019, we kept bumping into each other frequently in just random places. Like mostly places that were art places. It was only like a couple times where it wasn't like art related. It was like one time in Miami at the art show, one time here in Houston at like 2 times here in Houston at 2 art shows that I was doing. One time me just randomly walking out of a meeting with some friends, and then another random time at Prospect Park. Just some random, and we ain't never exchanged number or contact. We just keep randomly bumping into each other. So, we started, talking to each other at the end of 2019 and stuff, and then COVID hit and that sped stuff up. I was looking for something a little bit more solid. So that's 2020 is when I started my construction stuff with the boss. I had finally hit dude up, just like, hey, I need some work, dude.
Which is explain what you do now.
So basically, like, we do remodel for anybody and everybody. So whether it's a bar, a restaurant, somebody's house, little cabin, whatever, man. We do props. We do birthday party props. We done stuff for Jazz Prince, son, a few times.
Party?
Yeah, like just built like prop stuff for him. We done stuff for Toby Nyangwe when he was doing his mint collection when he first came out. We built like 3 of his sets. One of them ended up in the museum and stuff for a little bit.
Which museum?
The Museum of Cultural, the one right across the street from the MFA, the Cultural Museum of Fine Arts, where they usually have like the black artists and stuff. But yeah, we did some stuff for him. That was 2020, and then 2021 just kind of stayed. The last like 4-5 years just basically just been doing a lot of construction, just learning more stuff about how to build, how to use those materials that I'm, learning in work. Also using those materials on my art and stuff.
But you're doing art, but y'all are really putting these things together.
No, yeah, we're building like putting a whole wall. Like sometimes we gotta demo a spot, clean it all out, like take shit out, like take it apart, and then just refabricate things. And then sometimes some components are art related, where we're doing accent walls, or we got to do like a logo, or sometimes a mural, which has been a lot more lately, which is great for me because that's what I really shine in. I'm the only artist on the team.
Okay.
That's full time.
Do you ever just like y'all go ahead and build, and then when it's time for some real art, just give me a call. I'm taking a nap over here.
Nah, man, I help everybody. So I'm well rounded. So if I gotta cut some
that's
stuff,
what I do. If I'm the only artist,
yeah, hey, if it ain't,
so
shit, I mean, he might send me home. So like, you might, if you can't do this other aspects of the jobs, there, I'll just call you when we just doing the art. I mean, I need all them chips, so I'm gonna work every day if I can. You know what I'm saying? So if one day I gotta do demo work, it's all demo. You just tearing stuff apart.
Yeah, bro. Because every time I see you coming from work,
be dusty sometimes.
Yeah, looking like you're coming from work. Like, yeah, I'll be like, damn, I was working over there, and then you show me what you were doing, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's working for real.
So like right now we at this this place called it's gonna be called the Colossal Museum. So just a bunch of like big prop stuff. We had to spray all the walls different colors, the vents different colors. We're building it basically from scratch. So built up new walls, sections, building out the kitchen, just a bunch of like just.
Do you ever have to call in like specialty type people, or is everybody on the team pretty much versatile enough to?
I mean, we'll have like a guy who does like all our prints or like acrylic this stuff, or if we have a guy who does all like our metal cut work, like laser cut some metal designs, and but once we get that stuff, like we can antique it or we put it together and spice it up however. But yeah, I mean, I'm always doing stuff on the side, so and because I'm always the one that the client is usually typically saying, like, of course they got the job, through my boss, and they met my boss and he set up everything. But because I'm the one who's usually on site and they're seeing me doing like the artwork and stuff like that, usually talking to me. So it usually sets me up sometimes for a lot of like side gigs and stuff, like, oh, come back and do like this mural, or come back and ask some stuff, or I got this other place.
Yeah, because if they got restaurants, they probably got restaurants.
But yeah, even
Bars, plural.
I think even in that period, in the 2000 period, because I think that's when 2020 is when I started tattooing too, as well.
We didn't even get into that.
Yeah, I ain't, you know, that's when I started. So I was doing construction and I was doing tattooing. I was trying to find like just an extra hustle. I figured like I've been just wanting to tattoo for the longest. I had a homie, Aubrey, Illumin Aubrey, who basically did all this sleeve.
Shop downtown.
Yeah, you know, we went to high school together and stuff, so I was like the big homie. So I just always just was paying attention to every time he was tattooing, like, you know, asking questions like, oh, what's this, what's that, you know. And then one day he was like, hey bro, he's like, if you let me do this Tyler the Creator tattoo on you, I'll buy you a tattoo gun and stuff.
Damn.
So I was like,
it's a portrait?
Yeah. Okay. So I was like, and he wanted to do the one of when he's Felicia. So with the white wig and shit.
Where'd you put it at?
I put it right here on my calf.
That's hilarious, bro.
So I was like,
fuck it.
I was like, might as well. I was like, I'll do it. So he had a shop that was on Westheimer and Fondren. So I was apprenticing there for a little bit. Just watching everybody, also just, you know, working and stuff. I had like a small booth fee in a sense.
What, you were apprenticing?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
But I had like my own spot, like my own station and stuff.
Yeah.
But I just wasn't in there all the time, just because I didn't have the clientele, because it was fucking COVID and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, also, I mean, you're an apprentice. You're not finished.
Yeah, but even like the walk-ins wasn't really walking in like that because it's COVID. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really.
It was literally not.
You know what I'm saying? It was a little dry.
During COVID, I didn't take any walk-ins at all.
I mean, we was open.
Supposed to be tatting.
Yeah, I mean, we was open, like, but
so it was like a speakeasy
type shit. Yeah, but our shit wasn't really so like that. It was open face windows. So yeah.
We was in there with the trash bag. I think the owner at the shop I worked at the time had put like a trash bag over the door, and then we in there like with just our shop, our station lights,
right,
instead of all the lights,
right.
And this is like you gotta call somebody open the door. If you know somebody, you can get tatted.
Right.
I was for sure in there.
That's how we was doing, like basically like kind of appointment only type shit. So I'm like, I ain't getting a lot of appointments, you know. I'm just starting this shit, so. Yeah. There ain't a lot of walk-ins for me to get appointments and set up appointments. So I just kind of was just doing mobile tattoos, like just doing it on my own, just pull up on people and do it like that. I mean, today still, I just like, you know, I'm tired with it, you know, tattoo on demand. Just. I pull up on you. You know, I pull up on you.
So how far do you go? Are you gonna get on a plane?
Shit, I did tattooed in Miami before for Art Basel. Okay. At one of the it was like 2019. I tattooed at the gallery. Had people like, you know, do some art pieces, whether it was like Murakami, Basquiat, just like art theme, you know, tattoos like. Real simple shit. But yeah, I mean, that's basically like how I just kind of still do it. Like I don't promote it.
Up on 2020, so 5 years.
Yeah, it's a soft 5, a real soft 5. I say a real soft 5. I don't really promote it like that. It's really people who know me, know I tattoo, and they'll, you know, keep coming back to me type stuff.
Okay.
And then sometimes people I'll meet and they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, for sure. Like, you pull up on me, like, oh yeah, for sure. Like,
but you tell no, because I had a client one time like, hey, he did my did you get that from him? He did my tattoo? Like,
yeah, I mean, like I said, I pull up on people. I've done a little couple tattoo parties and stuff. But like I said, I don't really promote it just because I don't know. I feel like I get a lot of enjoyment doing the murals. Like lately, like my can work. Ooh, I just been getting so much more proud of my can work.
What's the difference for you? Is it like you don't have the person right there over you watching you? Because for me with tattooing, that aspect is
I could tattoo it anywhere. I ain't tripping. I could tattoo like I didn't tattoo it in a music video. I could tattoo anywhere. I ain't tattoo beside the pool. I ain't tattoo anywhere, bro.
Right, but once you on the wall, it's kind of you on the wall. You know what I'm saying? Is that don't have nothing to do with why you like it better?
Nah, I just feel like I don't know. Like yeah, I could experiment on skin and stuff and whatnot. I just feel like there's just a lot of factors when it comes to working on skin versus the factors, of working on a wall.
That's a fact.
And then, skin is cool. Skin is cool. But this person only may like see 50 people a year type stuff. They may not even really be out there like that. You know what I'm saying?
You mean as far as like your art actually?
My art being seen, exposed.
Also with tattooing, bro. Like, of course we gonna have them clients that like they love our art, we love them. You know what I'm saying? We collab and create a piece, but for the majority of it, like, you're not gonna be able to be doing the most creative thing you want to do. It's gonna be like, look.
And then your tattoo got to be next to somebody else's tattoo.
Right
work,
next to it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're like,
damn, it would be dope if
like you might confuse like, that work right there, it's right there. Okay, but like, is that the same artist? Like, it's just like
it is a lot harder. I've been having trouble too with getting like a specific style. Like, so like with this character, or like with your art right here, like they don't look the same, but you can definitely be like, yeah, man, it can't. Like people have walked in and been like, did he do? And he did the one on the front too, right? Like that have seen your art before because it's that distinct. I applaud that because it's definitely something that's hard to do. And I'm speaking as someone who just tattoos and was a graphic designer first. You know what I'm saying? I've done that wall and the wall back there. That's it. So I know how hard it is to get to that.
I mean, it's like picking a graffiti style. So I mean, like I think there's like almost like 7 different forms of like graffiti style. It's like the throw up, the crazy style, the bubble letters, the intricate, and then there's a character too for graffiti style. So me personally, I just feel like because I'm so versatile and I like to experiment so much, I felt that a character was going to best anchor me.
It's something you could put into any style, any whatever. Yeah,
exactly. I can just have my character doing whatever. And then lately, I've been kind of like focusing more on different subject matters, but like kind of sneaking my character in there, kind of like as an Easter egg. Like maybe he's like just a chain on the necklace, or he's in the background just spray painting some shit. Like he's not really the main focus type thing. Like
in the piece,
he's like a Where's Waldo. Like
I've seen you use it too. Like you do schools.
Yeah, schools. But then there's a program called the Random Acts of Kindness.
And the character's perfect for that.
Yeah. And what the character represents too, it's like very positive and protective energy and warning off bad omens and bringing in good fortune. And the name Gensho just means phenomenon. We're all phenomenons in our own way, and we just need to highlight those different areas for people to see the phenomenon in this. So I just I feel like it was a good image for kids to be okay with, and it's something that people actually kind of walk across. They probably just don't notice it, which is based off the Chinese faux dog, which is out in front of like the temples and Chinese restaurants or things like that. It's gold or stone, but it's usually like standing on the ball. So it's just a mythological lion that's meant to protect and warn off bad spirits and stuff. I basically created him because I wanted to have something that combated bad energy that people unawarely just brought into their home. like other art characters like Cause, who was his character, is basically a skull and bones with X's over the eyes that represent death. Anytime he's in a position, he's either covering his face, he's laying face down on the ground, or he's holding a limp body, like death, despair, and sadness. But people just inviting this in their home, buying the statues, they tatting Cause on them, not even knowing the symbolism behind it, the energy that it brings with it.
So we actually had this conversation before.
Yeah.
And since I actually tatted the Cause over my skulls, because I felt like what you were saying with the Cause is what the skulls represented. It's kind of already what I wanted. Yeah. And I wanted my sleeves to be more like family friendly, I guess. Like, I don't know. I feel like the skulls are kind of like, whoa, we got 7 skulls tatted on them.
Yeah, like, I was thinking about that when I was at the school today, for the teacher of the recruitment. I was like, man, I got these tattoos all on my hands and stuff. I was like, but none of them are like bad tattoos. But no,
and yours are real bright and colorful.
It's like, it's a color splash.
It's like art and pencil,
like
art teacher. You know what I'm saying?
I try to pull for it type vibe. I was like, at least I'd be cool. I was like, I got an eye piercing and whatnot. And I was like, it's a little
if
eccentric.
I walk into the elementary school, they all going to shut the fuck up and be like, whoa, no one fuck.
Kindergarten cop style, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, scared, man. I got some scary pieces, but I like that you chose to reflect the positivity.
Yeah, I feel that,
Was it because of seeing so much of the negative that you felt that positive was necessary, or just because you just on that?
I think, I was just on that, just being a positive person. Like, shrooms, of course, knowledge and stuff. Like, I feel like anything that we put on our body should be, I think the only negative thing I have on my body are some bullets. It's 2 bullets. And they were bullets that me and my brother got. And they were kind of based off of the.
Y'all got them matching?
Yeah. They're based off the.
Got shot together.
No. They're based off the Boondock Saints, the movie.
Okay.
So, Aquatus and Veritas, so truth and justice. So we basically, we kind of seen ourselves as.
Do you think that bullets have to have a negative connotation?
Well, these bullets have skulls on them.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So there's definitely. But, my name, Michael, you know what I'm saying? He's the general archangel, God's #1 warrior. You know what I'm saying? He's pictured with the flaming sword driving it into the devil. Sometimes you gotta wear them pendants and them medals. Because sometimes, it is a spiritual war out here. So that's why I got truth and justice, tatted on me. Just because, that's what I believe in. I would say that's the only negative thing. Oh, I did have something that was there when I had just graduated high school, and Aubrey tatted it. And man, he made the biggest scene before he even started the tattoo. Man, he had to ask everybody, "Is he gay? Is this gay? Is this gay? Is this gay?"
With everything he was saying.
Because what I had asked him to tat.
What is it?
I had asked him to tat some lips.
But then he gonna double back with Tyler the Creator and a wig.
Well, no, I asked him to tat some lips, like right here on my V-line.
It's still, but then you a few years later, fast forward,
and it said "bad bitches only."
Okay, yeah, you took it a little far.
Well, the song at the time, Lil Wayne was hot at the time. It was "bad bitches only." Hey, I stuck to those words. I was like, if I'm gonna live by some word, kudos. Like, if bad bitches only. That's my standards. That bad bitches only. That was my standards. But yeah, that tattoo has faded away because it was on the V-line. So yeah, that tattoo is no longer there. It's like a blur.
The tattoo that there, or the V-line right there.
No, the V-line's still there.
Okay,
V-line's still there. The tattoo, the lips is gone. They just gone. But the words "bad bitches only" is kind of blurred out a little bit. Yeah. So it almost looked like a goatee. It was bad, itchy, only. So it almost like just a random. Yeah.
I think it's dope though, bro, how you was able to like.
I put it in a place because I knew that if it's in this place, it's gonna eventually fade.
I don't know if that's how that works, but what I was saying,
because it was on the waistline. The waistline is just the area that gets a lot of friction, you know. Right. I figured
once again for you,
that was my logic at the time. Okay. I was 17, 18 years old, so I was like, it's just gonna fade over time. And it was using red ink and stuff, so I was like, it's gonna fade.
But I was gonna say, because I'm listening to your story, bro, and like art, like people think, or people may think, if you go to like an art school, you're gonna graduate, they're gonna be like, okay, you are now ordained an artist. Here's your path to creating art for the rest of your life. But it's just like real college, where
man, you gotta keep figuring out.
You, but now you gotta figure it out.
And that's where I wanted to go to.
Just be like, oh, I'm just not gonna do art, bro. I'm just gonna work somewhere else. I'm just gonna actually.
That was my promise to myself, that I would not take a career that outside of art. And so for me to really not cut myself off, I had to widen that umbrella of what I thought art was. You know what I'm saying? It's more than just painting, you know, it's more than tattooing, but it's also really creating a whole environment that people walk into. You know what I'm saying? You know, just, you know, again, creating an environment that people walk into. Architecture, you know, it's in itself, it's just art that you walk in. I felt like that just kind of gave me a better tool, just like driving like a big ass lane. Like, okay, I got the paint, I got the tattoo, I got the construction. This is all creative means in a sense. So I was like, you know, as long as I'm creating in some type of fashion, you know, even if it was cooking, like if I was able to just do some chef type shit, like, cause that's initially what I wanted to do, was be a chef.
Be a chef? Oh, really?
Yeah. Man, I go ham. I cook better than my girl.
What's your favorite dish to make?
I experiment. Not to eat. Last week I had made me some smoked dino ribs.
Dino ribs, meaning?
Yeah, in the oven. Man, them bad boys right there. The bone just came right out. Just no problem.
You might have to drop the recipe book then.
I just be following recipes online, but
you just look. See, that's what I like to do too.
But I get a little creative in my presentation. That's why I excels my presentation, because I feel like, you know, if it looks even greater, it's gonna make it taste even better. So I did culinary for like,
senses working together.
You know, I did culinary for like a semester in high school, which is cool because, you know, most high schools don't offer culinary. But yeah, I still cook. Like, I be giving gems to small businesses and stuff. This place called CC Tamales. I dropped a gem for them. I was like, hey, y'all gotta make barbecue parfaits. And I was like, barbecue parfait. And I was like, yo, so basically it's just a clear cup. You take the meat, some sauce, mashed potatoes, meat and sauce, then a scoop of mashed potatoes. So the scoop of mashed potatoes looks like a scoop of like ice cream. So, but it's in a clear cup. So it's just protein side, you know, with the sauce too. So the presentation of it looks like it's almost a dessert, like almost like something that you invented. Nah, we actually was making it at this barbecue spot that I worked at in college. So all my college jobs were like at mom and pop restaurants. So I was trying to I knew that if I worked at a restaurant, I could get free food. You know what I'm saying?
Smart guy.
You know, especially at a mom and pop place, you know, they really care about you too. You know, not no franchise, no fast food. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can bring this home with you. So I worked at a fish deli place. I worked at a barbecue place. I worked at a restaurant on campus that was just for the staff. I was definitely making sure I was eating after my meal plan was gone.
You know, I hated working in food, bro. And I never thought about it like that.
I hated washing dishes because Man, them dishes, man. There's so many dishes. There's so much food people leave on. They play just like,
And then once you start, they're gonna keep coming and coming and coming.
And then working at a fish place too, or even working at barbecue place, your hands is always just smelling like grease or fish. You just smelling. So, traumatized from that stuff. I feel like I ain't washed probably a good 100,000 dishes.
I thought they had somebody who's supposed to. Or you was.
I was doing that too.
Okay.
I worked like mom and pop, so like they only had like 4 people, 5 people working. You know what I'm saying?
He has money signs on his shorts, right?
Yeah. Yeah, man, I dropped gems today. And then they implemented the gems too. I was like, see, that's what I love to see. People take my ideas and like, you know, and use it. And I don't even be asking them for it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one thing. Like, I can't do nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time to implement it myself. You know what I'm saying? People are like, I want you to sell it. You know, but man, nah, man, I'm supposed to go to the grave empty with all my creative ideas gone. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you feel like it's the okay.
You know what I'm saying? This is it's meant for the world. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna take it. But you know how many barbecue places I had told about this barbecue parfait
since you went to, I bet.
And none of them did nothing about it. And it took probably like at least 7 years before somebody actually listened here in Houston.
I mean, it sounds like a good idea, and I say that just because
it's
not
delicious.
Even knowing like
barbecue is messy with your hands,
but just the fact that it's different.
Barbecue
like the place where you learned that is probably like the only place, or one of a few places that.
Definitely
that sort of technique. So I'm like, yeah, you got a restaurant in a place somewhere ain't nobody doing it, you might as well do it. Let's try it. And
I also told him I had gained the inside on selling beef ribs. I was like, hey man, anybody selling beef ribs on this side of town? They selling them motherfuckers for like $30 to $40 a rib, a single rib. You know what I'm saying? And people buying them. They standing in line for them. You know what I'm saying? But ain't nobody on this side of town. I was like, you can, you know, hey, I'll be over here. You know, if you put them on the menu, I'll be over here for them. And so they be hooking me up with, you know, with free plates and stuff, because that's just like the exchange of service, like, you know, to help out your business, free charge, you know, all my.
You got any murals up in any of these spots?
I mean, there's one over here down the street off Westheimer. It's called Fry Guys.
Okay.
I did all their stuff.
That's where, man,
Home Depot.
Shout out to So Good. That's
So Good.
Right there. I fuck with them.
Right by So Good. And then Fox Trap is down Westheimer. It's like the new hot spot. They ain't been on Fox 26 like the past, probably like 3 times in the past like 2 months.
It's a restaurant as well?
Yeah, it's like a bar restaurant. And then we did like Joe Mixon House like a couple months ago, the running back for the Texans.
He was on spot?
Yeah, out in like Pearland type
shit. Good?
Is he good?
Is the house good?
No, we did his house. Yeah, we did his house.
I'm thinking you saying it's the house, like that's the name of the restaurant. You did his actual house, okay. What you doing there?
We did his movie room, his media room. He has a 2-story closet in the master bedroom. We did that.
You painted it, or because I know you?
Nah, we like
clouds.
It wasn't even a 2-story closet. It was a bedroom, and they knocked out the floor, so we basically made it a 2-story closet. Added stairs, cabinets, places for him to put his shoes, just everything. Like it was like almost like a complete remodel on a new house. He just wanted to regut everything, expanded the master like.
How much did you end up paying for something like that?
That boy probably paid at least $2 million, at least, for the rebuild.
For what y'all did?
Nah, he didn't pay us. It was multiple crews working for sure. We just did like portions of the house.
So y'all did it, and he's also remodeling.
No, yeah, he had remodeled. Yeah, he remodeled. Yeah, so he hadn't even moved in yet.
Was it hard to work around like the other crews? Or?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, it was. It's always. it's always a thing like working around other crews. Like sometimes, it can be heated, because people leaving shit or taking tools, things become missing or things ain't cleaning up after themselves, and it'll become like extra.
Yeah, I'd be pissed if I pull up and somebody took my tools.
Yeah, man, it just
cause Lyle ain't got no tools.
Or people just like they probably do got the tools, but it's a newer tool, or like sometimes some shit break and it's something I can use, or it's a material there that we could use. It can be a hassle sometimes, but we usually are the finishers and stuff, so we do like the finishing touches and stuff, or like things that typical contractors, construction dudes can't do. We do like luxury stuff, like epoxy floors and whatnot. Antique finishes.
Those have been real popular too, the epoxy floors.
Yeah. Like slat walls or just different things. Venetian plaster walls or the marble walls. So we're like a real well-rounded group. It's about like 4 or 5 of us.
It's pretty small, or is it a big?
Nah, it's pretty small.
But
we get it done though.
Well, I mean, I had a construction team when we built this shop, but I was pointing and directing. I didn't actually do anything.
Right.
Yeah, man. And then combining with the art.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, it's fun. Like I said, some days it's mural work, and some days it's not fun work. But it's still a blessing, all the same, because I still get to create.
I'm almost done with this board right here. I'm just gonna put some slight shading, so I know it's colored in.
Yeah, but let's go with that.
I'm gonna do some like light shading through it.
Yeah.
And then if you ever end up wanting to put the color like that.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, it's just been blessings. I got different opportunities and stuff. I probably got like a good whole Google page and a half of articles. Good notoriety. Published in a couple magazines.
Yeah, I mean, bro, going and traveling through the Basel tour shit, like a lot of people would just shit. I can hang my head up. I done did it.
Oh yeah, I mean, man. I feel like it's never ending story, man. I had this one mentor out here. He was an old cat, Alvin Roy Alvin. I think that's what his name was. Man, boy, smoked them cool cigarettes. And this is when I was kind of feeling hot too. Mm-hmm. Like I'm doing the sequence work, and he kind of like humbled me and shit.
What told you?
And boy, popped out his cigarette like, you ain't never gonna be shit until you get published. And come here, young blood. Come look at all these books I got right here. You see me? I'm in all these. Until you get published, you ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dang, you right. You know what I'm saying?
You think you right?
Hell yeah, you right. Shit, you ain't shit until you at least get published. How you gonna get any kind of notoriety? You ain't gonna fall out no history book.
It's 2025. You don't need a magazine to tell you.
Shit.
Or art company to say.
How you getting published though? Where's the publishing at? It's published on social media.
X.com, Instagram.com.
But where let's say
wherever the people is. I mean, if you got 40 million people,
right,
saying that your shit is the shit.
But
you don't need a publisher.
But there will be something to who would verify, like, okay, you got 40 million people.
I'll say it's like an award, like, okay, now my people are saying that we're this. That's what.
Okay, let's say you ain't doing that until somebody's talking about it, right?
Okay.
So when you have the right people talking about it, they want the world to know about what you're doing because you're doing something.
then that's when you get published.
Right. So I know I've been in the Houston Chronicle at least 3 times, maybe even 4 times, but 3 times for myself. Different magazines. I'm in the Waterburger Museum of Art.
Yeah, I remember when you showed me. What did you do for the Waterburger campaign?
I made him a piece with Shorty eating a Waterburger, like a 1970s vibe. Used some rappers from the Waterburger Mills. Added my character in the background eating a burger.
Come in handy, boy.
And they just hit me up like 2 weeks ago because they wanted to extend, I guess, the leasing of the piece, because they're also going to do a show in South by Southwest next month, like a 2-day gallery show. They wanted to make sure that they could use the piece for the show. And so I was like, hell yeah. I was like, but you know what would even be better if I came out for the show and did some live art, like a live mural. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could use that content too, right, for further promotions and stuff like that. We still working out those details. You know, trying to extend my service, you know what I'm saying?
And extend the bag.
You know what I'm saying? Just extend that bag a little bit extra.
Indeed.
So.
Because why not? As much money as just me spending with Whataburger, they can pay you, bro.
Why not?
They give him some of the
what a deal. How about that?
Give him some of the money I done spent.
Give me what a deal.
Give him a little bit of it.
You know what I'm saying?
Trust me, it's a lot, Whataburger. Pull the records up, look at the transactions,
you know what
find my name, break my boy off. I don't want it back. I love the food.
I can make a mosaic out of, you know, the number waiting trays. I could just, you know, make a little mosaic piece out of that.
Nah, you can't do that because everybody done stole them already.
You know, shoot. My sister got a few of them.
A few of them. My sister's got a few of them too. I'm about to take a video of what we got here. I think this is dope. Now, being that you do live in the area, I always tell people, if anything fades out, like, I mean, I'm gonna see you, so I'm gonna tell you, come get a touch up. But yeah, I want to touch it up, especially with the graffiti I did in real light. But I think you're gonna like how it has like that 2-tone kind of spray. Yeah. Look. Right. What you think?
Fucking with for sure, bro.
Yeah, man. I enjoy that. Especially with how much this character means that you, like when I ask you, you know what I'm saying, what you trying to get, you let me do the character itself. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with that. I appreciate you, bro. Get you some of this green glove.
Hey, I did not tell my girl I was getting a piece. That's for sure.
You didn't tell her?
Hell no. I just said I was doing an interview. So this was a surprise.
I mean, you said it already. So.
What you think surprise.
You think she gonna like it?
I mean, she might say something, but you know, what can she say? I mean, she know what it is. It's my character.
Well, shit, I'm gonna wrap this up literally, and we can wrap this up. Tell them where they can find you at. You can't right here.
Okay, tell them right this one.
Either camera. Camera.
This is Mad Kyng, live up on the scene, getting tattooed by my man right here. Did an awesome job. I'm out here just following my dreams with my character, thinking of great ideas, letting those great ideas turn to money ideas. You did. Mad Kyng, MADDKYNG. You know, when it's tatted, that's for real.
Right.
I'm on every social media platform, Facebook, and IG. I don't do Twitter. I don't do TikTok. So I'm actually not. No, I don't even do it. I was like,
did you delete TikTok or you never had it? Because I can't get it back.
I had it one time, and I was like, I mean, I had got great views, and I was like, I ain't keeping up with this young guy. People shit. I was like, this is really just the dumb people shit down. I was like, I ain't trying to do that. So I was like, I'm gonna stay where I can stay monetized, and I was like, it's too much to manage. Just too much.
TikTok.
Yeah, too much.
What about Twitter though? Because I fuck with Twitter.
Man, Twitter is just another porn site, man.
It is now.
I deleted that shit.
When they first made it. It wasn't even that.
It wasn't, but
it was. It's like one day we just scrolling. It's just like, bro.
And then I'm like, man, this is really like, this is just a platform for people's inner thoughts. Like, I don't give a fuck about nobody's inner thoughts. Like, nobody care about my inner thoughts like
come
that.
Come to find out, all our inner thoughts is fucking
receipts. The receipts.